Hey gang, today we're learning all about content and where it belongs in your sales funnel. We have one of our expert coaches, Allison Riggs, here today to walk us through it. How's it going, Allison?
It's going great, Austin.
Well, we are happy to have you here and we will get right into it. Can you tell us a little bit, before we kind of get into the content side of things, can you tell us a little bit about just the sales funnel and what the different sections of that are?
Yeah, so even when you say sales funnel too, people can relate that to the buyer's journey. And there's a couple different of those nuances, right? Of you've got top of the funnel content, middle of the funnel content, and bottom of the funnel content, which relates directly back to our buyer's journey, which is awareness, consideration, and decision. So your top of the funnel content, also known as your awareness content, really is you're aware of your problem. You are starting to research, why am I having this problem? What does this problem look like? The typical basic questions that you would have when you realize that you've got some pain points, right? You might even be researching other pain points that are affiliated with it. So that's typically what your awareness stage or top of the funnel is. Now, your middle of the funnel is also considered like your consideration stage, which means you've become aware of your problem. Now you know that you need to do something about it. You're considering making a change, making a shift. And this is where you're thinking about what are the different solutions to my problems, what options are potentially out there, which then leads you to your bottom of the funnel or your decision stage. So you're making a decision on what you should do, what solution you should choose, who you should work with to solve that problem for you. And you're really in that very end of your buying journey, which means you are ready to potentially close and work with somebody.
Awesome. That makes a lot of sense when you describe it that way. I like buyer's journey, sales funnel. It all is one. Are there any certain pieces of content specifically that fit well for each kind of section of that funnel or buyer's journey?
Yeah, definitely. So you really want to think about it in those different funnels or in those different groups of, if you're just now aware of your pain point or your problem, you don't want to go too complicated or too deep. You really want to help educate people on what their experience is. They're not ready to make a decision. They might not even know if they want to do something about it. So you don't want to jump the gun too much with your top of the funnel. This is your basic education. This is the very simple questions that people are thinking about before they would even reach out to a company like yours, which is why we want to write top of the funnel content, because they're learning about it on your site. Then you can move them through the journey through content and video, right? So that means you need to have middle of the funnel content too, which this is going to be a good mix of solution-oriented type of topics. They might not be ready to close. They might not be ready to reach out to your team, but they've decided that they need to make a change. So this is great comparison articles specifically to the solutions, right? So we know that comparison articles, if you know the big five of They Ask You Answer, those can typically be comparisons between service providers. But in the middle of the funnel, you can be helping them compare between solutions, right? So if you are a home construction company, you could help educate people on the differences between remodeling and new home build, right? They might not know, so that's what they're thinking about. Now, the same thing can go too for middle of the funnel types of content topics, where you're really helping to educate them on which solution is right for them. Then your bottom of the funnel, your decision-making content should be specific to you and your company. You are helping them ultimately make their buying decision. So that could be, right, comparison articles between competitors, best of articles, cost articles, and really diving into who you are as a company and the services that you provide, timelines for you, all of that. Now, here is one caveat though, Austin, is you can have big five topics, another plug for They Ask You Answer, throughout your buying journey in the awareness, middle, and bottom of the funnel stages. And the reason that is people can be considering different things and curious about things throughout that journey. The biggest piece about writing content when you're thinking about the buyer's journey or sales funnel is making sure you move them to the next right step. If you're writing top of the funnel content, don't jump to decision-making type of topics because they're not ready yet. They still need to figure out if a solution is right for them. Then they'll know on the decision that they want to make, because you want them to make the best decision for themselves. So always see it really as a funnel, right? They're coming up on the top, they're going to come down through the middle, and they're ultimately going to end up at your business, or maybe not your business because they're not a good fit for you.
Then it's a win-win because you don't have to deal with wasting time talking to an unfit prospect. That makes sense. Awesome. Well, thanks for breaking that down. If I'm new to this, is there a certain section I would want to start with before I build out the other sections?
This is definitely a stop at the start, at the bottom of the funnel first. And the reason being is one, you're going to drive qualified traffic to your site first because you're going after decision makers. In that, decision makers are usually thinking about the end of their buying journey, and we know that they're ready to buy. So think of like the end in mind first. Then you can always work your way backwards. And what are they going to do when they're on your website and they don't know what to do next?
They'll just leave.
They'll just leave. So that's where you start at the end first. And that's what's going to help your sales team as well. Your sales team is going to be using bottom of the funnel content more often than middle or top of the funnel content. So drive that qualified traffic first, assist your sales team with some sales enablement content, then go to middle of the funnel, then go to your top of the funnel. That way, by the time you're writing your top of the funnel articles, you already have a beautiful path for your potential customers to make a buying decision on your website.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thanks for sharing your knowledge with us today, Allison, and we appreciate it.
Of course. Always keep in mind, just write the content.
See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
When used correctly, content is a huge piece of a marketing strategy. By using certain contents for certain parts of your buyer's journey, you're making it a better buying experience for them and earning their trust. Want help with your marketing and sales strategy? Contact us at impactplus.com to work with a coach just like Allison.